on my personal Suburban, the stroker motor, manual, 6-speed, I've been fighting using headers. I don't like headers. They're just leaking and they crack. So I finally went ahead and got them because I have half the exhaust off to do the transmission anyways. So I got these from Speed Engineering, which are supposed to be slightly better than the eBay no-branders. These have the 7/8 tubes, so they're the bigger tubes. I bought some rim flex gaskets because I like them the best. They're the thick, squishy ones. And then I got the Stage 8 locking heads. They have like a little tab that leans up against your header tube to prevent it from loosening up. And so those two guys hopefully kind of settle the issue of running these guys. I also bought their Y-pipe kit. So I just got their cheap gaskets, the ones that come with it. I didn't upgrade. And I got the clamp style. I didn't upgrade because I'll just weld it. So, well, I plan to weld it. We'll see how that goes. And I'm hoping they have all the O2 sensor ports. So we'll see kind of how this goes. Hopefully I got everything I need. Anyways, I use this driven oil in the Suburban and most of my LS stuff. I'll use this LS30 for the engine, and I use this STF for the manual trans, the T56s, and it's just a synthetic manual transmission. Usually the T56 it'll call for automatic Dex 3, which I know is a little odd, but the newer stuff, that's what they use. This driven stuff is supposed to kind of have some protection stuff in for the synchros. Who knows if that's true, but I like to use their stuff. Seems like I always spend the money on the Suburban, even though it breaks all the time. It's still getting the most expensive parts. So, well, besides the headers, they're cheapies, but I've heard good things.
All it takes is one job, oh yeah. All it takes is one job, and everything is gonna be okay.
Of course it's outside because my lift is always jammed up. Got a car in the bay always. So I got the spark plug wires off. These are spark plug wires that I got from Tons, T-O-N-S. He's on eBay. And he made these for me. They're porcelain covered, or chromatic covered, and they're MSD wires, which is kind of a cool combination, but they're custom made. And I get all my wires from him. I don't know how big of a company he is. Doesn't seem like he's a very big company because I've talked to him like back and forth on eBay, and he makes it really easy. He does all my cool custom wires. Anyways, like his stuff. Don't know who he is, but I'm gonna shout out for him. And yeah, getting those off wasn't easy. Hopefully putting the headers on is easier than taking spark plug wires off. Doubt it. Well, the manifold came off almost as easy as the spark plug wires. But I do have one broken stud, which is extremely normal on these. I must have broke it putting that manifold on. So it is a little inside the guy there, but I'm doubting there's much pressure on it. So I'm kind of thinking maybe try to get a flathead, maybe punch it with a chisel and then screw it out with a flathead. I don't know. Hammer a Torx bit into the hole. It's sticking. Look at that. It's only stupid if it doesn't work. Look at that, my friends. There it is. It actually looks pretty good. I like the flange. Nice thick flange. They're proud enough to put a logo on there. Nice looking tubing. I mean, I don't know. Looks pretty good to me. I don't even have the car jacked up that far. It looks like they're just gonna slide right on in. Unless if I catch something here. I might have spoke too soon. Oh, no, there we go. Man, that was too easy. I'm scared, Mom. Right, got the back bolt, front bolt started. Got a gasket in there. And there isn't much room, but I think it's gonna nail it. Man, does that look cool. That's race car, folks. That's race car. When you got a 408, it's actually a 409. It's 408.888888 continued. So that's 409 in my book. Chevy would say it's a 409. Anyways, stroker motor, and then you do all that work cam and all that. You put it back in here. You can't tell. It looks exactly the same, you know? All the bullshit that covers it up. But it is fun. I'll give it that. Alright, I'm going to start the other bolts in here. I don't think I'm going to tighten any of them down yet. I think I'm just going to start them and then go to the other side. I'm just blown away how easy these are going in. I just from the bottom, but just sent them right up in there. I have a oxygen sensor port directly on the top of the exhaust there. I'm gonna leave these loose until I kind of get everything situated. Make sure I can get O2 sensors in with them on and all that, and then I'll tighten them up so I don't compress those gaskets twice. But I don't foresee any issue. So the new one didn't come with any of the stock O2 sensors. I'll check on the other header to see if it has this one, but I didn't see it. That one I can use for my aftermarket gauge, but that's not one that's usable for the factory ones to make it run. I don't have the O2 bungs that you weld in. I'm gonna see if Jared has any, but I ordered some, and so we'll have to get those here and weld them in. Always gonna be something. So there was a bung for this front one on the header, and it does screw in there with it on. I still need the two rear ones, and I was planning on welding this together, but I don't know, like even with the old one, you have to have the trans cross member out to get it in and out, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to remove it unless it's able to come apart. So, going to have to kind of mess with that idea. It'll most definitely get test fit, kind of like a dry fit, and then see what I need to do. But I'm not going to mess with it tonight. Gonna get those O2 bungs in here and go from there. But I mean, it's okay. I don't like that it doesn't have a flange on the bottom. I could put some V-bands on there, which would be the nice way to do it. I've never had a header that didn't have a collector flange to bolt on to. I've seen it this way, kind of like an old school way of doing things. But man, if you had some moisture and stuff in there with those clamps, I mean, you're cutting that sucker off. It's not just going to slide back out after a few years. Be a really good idea to have V-bands on the headers. You know, one there at least. Maybe one in the middle here too would be nice. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm gonna sleep on it.
All it takes is one job, oh yeah. All it takes is one job, and everything is gonna be okay.